Welcome to today's session. We are going to discuss the Union Budget 25-26 of the Government of India. And this is the first session, so we'll have just 4 brief sessions. So in this session, I'm just going to discuss the budget documents. This is an overview of the budget documents. So let's start. So to start with, let's discuss the documents which are presented during the budget. And of these documents, some of them are mandated by the Constitution of India and some of them are explanatory in nature. So first comes the annual financial statement, then the demands for grants, then the finance bill, and the fourth one, the fiscal policy statement. This is mandated under the FRBM Act, the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act of 2003. So these two documents are macroeconomic framework statement and medium-term fiscal policy strategy statement. Apart from that, we have expenditure budget. So these are explanatory documents, expenditure budget, receipt budget, expenditure profile, budget at a glance, memorandum explaining the provisions in the finance bill, and outcome monitoring framework and key features of budget 25-26. So all these are available at the website of the Ministry of Finance. Okay, and implementation of budget announcement 2024 is also a document which is presented. Now let's discuss the mandated documents a little bit. So first comes the annual financial statement, and this is mandated under Article 112 of the Constitution of India. And what does it contain? It contains all the estimated receipts and expenditure of the Government of India for the year 25-26, that the fiscal year which is coming. And it also has the revised estimates for 2024-25. So the year hasn't ended. So when the budget is presented, it's presented in February. So this estimate is till January 2025. And also it contains the actuals of 2023-24. Now, next we see that what the annual financial statement contains. Like it is actually annual financial statement is presented under 3 accounts. So the 3 accounts are the Consolidated Fund of India, the Contingency Fund, and the public accounts. Now, the Consolidated Fund is mandated under Article 266 of the Constitution, and it has all the revenues of the government, the loans that are raised, collected by the government, and the refunds that is received, recovery of loans. And all the expenditures are made out of the Contingency Fund of India. But of course, all these requires the approval of the Parliament. So no funds can be drawn without the prior approval authorization of the Parliament. Then we come to the Contingency Fund, and it is mandated under Article 267. And as the name suggests, this is for urgent expenditures for any emergent situation when expenditure has to be made. And so, of course, prior approval cannot be obtained. So it is obtained ex post. So this fund is actually under the President of India. So you can see that parliamentary approval is obtained, but post facto. Then we come to the public account. It contains all the savings. Now it is mandated under Article 266. It contains the Provident Fund and the small savings. And of course, some expenditure on specific objects are made from it. So that amount is kept in the public account to make the expenditure. Of course, when the refunds to repayment for small savings and provident fund is done, approval is not required. But of course, when expenditure on specific object have to be made, it requires the approval of the Parliament. Next, we come to demand for grants. Demand for grants is the demands made by the ministries and department for all the schemes running their schemes in the coming financial year. And this is mandated under Article 113. So all ministries or department, or there can be more than one demand for grant by a ministry or a department. If you want to see the demand for grant, you can of course see the budget page of the finance ministry. So this year's budget has 102 demand for grants. And one more thing, when I talked about the contingency fund, remember that contingency fund presently, the total booty of contingency fund is 30,000 crore. So any amount which is withdrawn from the contingency fund is again given back to the contingency fund, so that the total booty remains the same. Now, next, let us discuss the finance bill. The finance bill is mandated under Article 110, Section 1A, and it is about the taxes. So the imposition, abolition, remission, alteration, or regulation of taxes. Then we come to the fiscal policy statements, which is mandated under the FRBM Act. So it consists of two, that is macroeconomic framework statement and medium-term fiscal policy strategy statement. So the macroeconomic framework statement is mandated under Section 3 of the FRBM Act 2003, and it has the growth prospects, so how the fiscal balance will be maintained, and of course the external sector balance, that is balance of payment, current account balance, and all this. Next is the medium-term fiscal policy strategy statement. This is also mandated under the Section 3 of the FRBM Act 2003, and it sets out a 3-year rolling target. So the rolling in the sense that it is revised, but it is a 3-year target. The target is for fiscal deficit, revenue deficit, the primary deficit, tax revenue, non-tax revenue, and the government debt. So the idea of the FRBM is that so that the government spending is sustainable. So maintain the sustainability. Now we'll have a short quiz on this. So we have come to the end of the short session. So the receipts and disbursements of annual financial statements are shown under 3 accounts. So can you name them? Of course you can. So this is the answer. Next question. What is the total corpus of the Contingency Fund of India? So we just now discussed that. So that is 30,000 crore, rupees 30,000 crore. Then the last question, what is the full form of FRBM in the FRBM Act? Of course, all of you know that. So this is the answer. So bye for today. So we'll come back with another session which is about all the receipts and expenditure of proposed in the budget 2025-26. So thank you all of you.